Hello, episode 484 of the Prog Review, and today I'm talking about Revolver by the Beatles, because today it's the 50th anniversary, I think it sounds right, because it was released on the 5th of August 1966. I think we won a football match that year, still living on that one, still doing that, football match, 66, anyway, Revolver. What to say? It's the seventh studio album by the Beatles. Everyone loves the Beatles. I love the Beatles, and you can tell a lot by people by how they react to the Beatles, and if they say that the Beatles are terrible or unoriginal or whatnot, you just have nothing more to do with them. Just walk away. Just walk away from them. Ignore them. What to say about Revolver? 34 minutes and 43 seconds of joy. It's when they knew how to make albums in those days. Very short, very sweet, very zippy. I like that. So I'm just putting up the track listing because starts off with Taxman. Taxman is a lovely song. It's got a good riff to it. It's a George Harrison track, and it's packed full of humour. The lyrics. It's the lyrics that I like on that. Lyrics that I like. And then what they do is they get you with that Taxman, and the bass. Love it. And then they hit you with Eleanor Rigby, which is almost like the flip side. It's very sad, and it's like strings. I don't know if it's the first time they used strings. Probably might have been. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the Beatles. I'm just riffing. But you got to It's very stripped back. Very brave thing to do. I think George Martin had a hand in that. I remember him saying, "I think we should use the strings." And again, it's the depth of the lyrics that pull you in. And even the Beatles' worst, they're still interstellar compared to other bands. They're just so far ahead. It's not even funny. That's followed by "I'm Only Sleeping," John Lennon's song. Again, it's another flip side. You go from it's light and shade. That's what I like. Again, it's another funny song about not wanting to get out of bed, and it's avoiding the day. And I like that, because we've all had moments when you just think, I don't want to do it, and Lennon puts it into words in such a great way. Love to You. It's I don't know. I always skip that one. Here, There and Everywhere, again, it's nice, it's pleasant, but I'm rushing towards Yellow Submarine, because that for me is the heart of the album. Yellow Submarine, I love Yellow Submarine. Oh, Darren, you can't love the Ringo track. I always love the Ringo tracks, because they're often the best songs on the album. Yellow Submarine's no better. It's a great piece of production. They create a lovely little, oh god, the red light's flashing, I'm not going to do this, and I haven't charged the battery, shit. And it's great because you get a lovely little vignette of what it might be like living inside a Yellow Submarine. And there's also backing vocals. Did you know this? Backing vocals from Neil Aspinall and Brian Jones and Donovan and Pattie Boyd and Marianne Faithfull. Did you know that? No, you didn't. Thanks to Wikipedia for that. But I love that song. She said, again, opens with a really good riff like that one. Good Day Sunshine, and then And Your Bird Can Sing, which is probably one of my favourite tracks off the album. The opening riff, ding 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 ding. I just love that. And on the anthology, there's a great version. The Beatles anthology albums that they brought out, there's a great version out where they laugh all the way through because they're funny. It's funny. And For No One, again, okay, Dr. Robert, I know a lot of people like that. But again, I'm thundering towards the last track because it's the important one. Because I'm just going to fuck it. I'm skipping to Tomorrow Never Knows because the battery's running out. Tomorrow Never Knows. Wow, what an amazing piece of recording. They get the real book and they throw it and tear it up and go poof. And it is a portent of things to come. The Beatles grow up. Again, this album was, when this was released, they were doing their final tour in America and they didn't play anything from it. And this is their transitionary period in becoming a album only band, and not playing live anymore. This is the last. It's like I say, it's a transitionary album of what's to come. I like it's a good album. Again, as the Beatles go through their career, I tend to like their more latter period from Rubber Soul onwards. is my thing. Again, those early pop tracks are great, but you know, I've heard them too many times. I like the singles, don't necessarily like the albums, but yeah, Revolver is just, again, you feel that something's coming. And yeah, my only criticism is I feel that some of the track listing is a bit uneven, and it could be there's a better track listing in there that needs to come out. So yeah, oh god, this battery light is flashing, so I'm just going to thunder through this. I'm really, really sorry. I'd like to talk more about it, but I haven't charged any of my batteries because I forgot. So anyway, we've got to give this 5 taxmen out of 5. 5 taxmen out of 5. That's all it can be. It can't be anything less than that. I'm going to do this has been Darren Locke, prog on thing. I'm going to do that now, prog on, and now I'm just going to carry on talking. So yeah, it's a really important album. And like I say, it sees the Beatles transitioning. They're in transition, and I do believe, again, with stuff like Eleanor Rigby and Yellow Submarine, the production is becoming more and more sophisticated and is hinting at what's to come with Sgt. Pepper's, and it's all there. And again, my God, tomorrow never knows. It's the future of music. We're not having verse chorus. We don't need verses. We don't need choruses. We can just sing a mantra over a hypnotic track. It's the beginnings of trance music, for Christ's sake. And when you listen and find out how they actually recorded these songs, again, they're only using like a 4-track console to do it, and there's so much depth and there's so much going on. If you do make music, it makes you cry inside a bit, because they are just at the top of their game. They've got the technical capability with their playing. They've got the production side from George Martin. It's just they are a great band, and their albums are always interesting, even if you don't necessarily like them. So I've spouted on enough about how much I love the Beatles, and because again they brought culture and depth to pop music and turned it into something serious, something that had a message. And yeah, there are other bands. I think the Who are probably the Who and the Kinks are up there with them, but eclipsed by just the sheer depth and maturity and the complexity of their tunes, and what they did in the studio. So yeah, Revolver, happy 50th birthday. Let's hope you have 50 more. And again, if you haven't heard it, you must go and fucking listen to it now. Come on, it's Revolver by the Beatles. And again, special mention to the cover. The cover is, again, it's the first kind of real graphical cover that they did. Yeah, I mean, they had the previous covers were featured the band's faces and that, but this one is like the first proper drawn, designed cover, and it is again iconic. So you get a real visual, and there's a real visual sense to the record as well, which is really cool. Again, it's revolution and evolution all in one. Evolver. I don't know where I'm going with this now because there's not much else to say. And just think, it came only 8 months after Rubber Soul, and then a year later came there's a bigger gap with Sgt. Pepper's. Also, must remember that Paperback Writer and Rain were recorded during the same time frame as this. Two of my favourite. It's a B-side. Paperback Writer was just one of my favourite Beatles songs, and so is Rain as well. And yeah, shame they weren't on the album. They could have squeezed them on the album, but they didn't do that in those days, because what bands used to do is they used to bring out singles, and then they brought out albums of new material, because they thought if you put singles on, you should kind of shortchanging your fans, because people would buy the singles and the albums. And what a great idea! What a fantastic idea! And we should, people should do that. Well, don't have singles now, do we? We have downloads, but it was a different time. But yeah, fantastic record. Do check it out. Well deserving of its 5. Even, like I said, even the Beatles' weakest album gets a 5. Really, it should get a 10. 10 out of 5, like Sgt. Pepper's. Again, and like I said, there are a couple of tracks on it that I don't really care for, but it's 35 minutes of joy. And it's got Yellow Submarine on it. What more do you want? We all live in a yellow submarine. We used to sing that at school, you see, in the 70s, because we had teachers that were hippies, and so lots of Beatles were played to us, and we sung lots of Beatles songs and things like that. But enough about me. You always make it about you, Darren, don't you? Because you're an egotist. That's right. And I can't believe we squeezed 10 minutes out of this battery, because it's flashing like a fucker at me. It really is. So anyway, I'll do the proper goodbye now. My name's Darren. I've been talking about Revolver. Imagine it here. The 7th studio album by the Beatles. And it's just, again, the band in transition. It's the band moving to something even greater, evolving and revolving. And thank you for listening. And today, like I said, was the 50th. Is the 50th anniversary. It was the 50th anniversary if you're watching this in the future. And that's it. There's only one more thing to say, and that is, of course, prog on. And sorry for the prog on earlier, because I was just in case the battery ran out and you cut off. You see, because you don't want that to happen. Ideally, the battery should cut off right now, and then everything would be perfect. But it isn't. It's going to let me carry on talking and blabbering, and that. And of course, we all know that the Beatles did eventually become bigger than Jesus. And on that, I'm going to end.